All right, so I'm not sure how many days have I been using the eg4 6000 XP. If I go down here, I can kind of show you from the 10th to the 23rd. Yeah, so almost 2 weeks, and you can see the production here. Uh, this is the daily, but anyway, today we made 13 kilowatt hours. On average, there's 10 panels on one leg and 10 panels or 11 on the other. And I usually see over 1,000 watts on each one. So I haven't seen more than 4,000 watts out of 21 panels. There's a mixture of panels, but for the most part, I'm using the really old, used, yellowy $20 panels from Santan Solar, and they are 235 watt panels with significant yellowing. But unlike their other panels that I bought that were 240 watt with the labels removed and the backs cracked, these might look really bad, but they seem to put out more power. The Trina panels are what Santan Solar was selling for the longest time, and the 240 watt, and I think they even had some 250 and 255, but they all have the same issue. The backing on the back side of the panel had cracked. It would have all these little lines all over the place, usually along the traces on the panel. And I don't know if it was just because it was overloading or whatever, but they had thousands of these panels, I guess, because they probably came from like gigantic, humongous, 1,000 panel, solar farms or schools or whatever. You look at some of these schools, you go driving around, they have covered areas in the schools and the Walmarts everywhere around here. They're all covered in panels. And, they're all taking advantage of a lot of money there. If you see like down in Phoenix, the Walmarts, like some of them in Glendale, they've got covered parking, and it is completely covered with panel after panel after panel after panel. You will notice a ton of churches, panel after panel after panel after panel. Schools, the same thing, and they get really good deals, and taxpayers are paying for a lot of the stuff. So when there's an issue with the panels, they all get removed, and they get the next best thing. And so Santan Solar gets a lot of that stuff, but these panels are exposed to a ton of heat, so there's definitely issues. But I didn't have real good luck with those panels after a year or two. It seemed like they were degrading really bad, to the point where like I'm only seeing somewhere around 100 watts out of a 240 watt panel, where I felt like before I was getting at least about 150 out of them. But and at any rate, these other panels seem to be doing well. If you've got 10 panels and you're getting like 1,500 watts, so you're getting about 150 out of each panel. It's it's not too bad. So anyway, this thing seems to be doing okay. We are having a problem with the batteries, though, that I just got, and I need them to balance, so they're behind me. And I don't know if we're going to have a problem with them or not. The other group of batteries are completely mismatched, and they're staying pretty well balanced. These yesterday, one was at 14.1 or something, and the other one was at 13.23 or something. There's a big difference. So I pulled them and I put lead acid batteries back in place so that I could run everything and just leave these. I guess I'm probably going to let them sit for 24 hours. And then I've also put the charger on them, the tender, which shouldn't be too hard on them or anything like that. And supposedly that the longer you do this, the more, closely balanced they'll become. So we'll see. So hopefully that won't, there won't be any issues. I've had problems with lead acid batteries doing the same thing. And what was funny was when I added a third battery in a 24-volt system, he basically took one of the batteries and paralleled it with another battery, and all of a sudden it actually worked better. This other battery here. So it's just probably pretty random, but I'm having problems with these, so I'm just going to let them sit there for a while. And maybe I'll separate them and let them sit and see if they settle or change or at all. Because it's a hassle hooking them back up and everything. And right now it's connected to the grid, so the batteries are crap. And the grid can assist the solar because that's a hybrid inverter. So the grid can assist when it needs to, and it doesn't have to be an on or off affair. It's a hybrid. It blends the grid with the solar production. Unlike this one, will not do that. And I'm really kind of disappointed that this one doesn't do that. I didn't realize that it was not capable of that, but it's too late now. So I definitely do not want to deal with returning anything to Santan Solar no matter what, unless it's absolutely smoked and burned up, because I've dealt with them in the past and it was pretty bad. So anyway, got that going on, but so hopefully I'll disconnect them later on and let them set and see where they are. That's why I prefer to have just a single 24-volt battery. You just, this is a real pain. Dude, you have to balance them, it's I don't know. Which makes you wonder how well are they balanced inside the battery itself, Anyway, I'll catch you guys later.